In March 2002, Arlene Lincoln was stabbed to death in her home in Greenville, North Carolina. She was 74. 6 months later, Arlene's daughter, Leslie Lincoln, was arrested for her murder.
I thought, okay, they know I didn't do this. My family's going to tell them I didn't do this. So the next day we're going to go into the courtroom and my attorney's going to say, come on, Your Honor, she didn't do this. Let's let her out and go look for who really did this.
Police had no physical evidence or witnesses to connect Leslie to the crime. Their case hinged on the fact that Leslie had been the last known visitor to her mother's home. Even though they knew this wasn't unusual, Leslie lived nearby and visited her mother often. Despite the lack of evidence, Leslie was charged with first-degree murder, and the prosecutor announced he would seek the death penalty. She spent 3 years in jail awaiting trial.
They weren't going to look for anybody else because they had me.
Police badgered Leslie to confess. She refused. Then they confronted her with shocking news. Leslie's DNA had been found in a bloody handprint left on her mother's sheets.
They're saying that the DNA in that room is yours.
After Leslie's attorneys uncovered the DNA blender, the prosecutor took the death penalty off the table, but continued to press the case. In 2010, a jury deliberated only about an hour before acquitting Leslie of all charges. Yet her ordeal was far from over. She had lost everything while she was in jail.
Before my mother was murdered, I was the administrator at an assisted living facility. I had just bought a new home. I had 3 horses, 2 dogs, a couple of cats, making $42,000 a year. When I was acquitted, I had nothing. And nothing at all.
Leslie is still struggling to rebuild her life. She has not found a steady job. She suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, depression. She was homeless for 2 years. She is still waiting for an apology from the state.
Nobody at all said, Leslie, we're sorry this happened to you.